another MASH Gaming Attila online battle. I'm Ryan, and I'm going to be your host. And so, in celebration of me getting the new video editing software that will allow me to put in like an intro and outro and everything, and anything else I want to do, like songs or make montages. So that was pretty cool that I got that. So in honor of me getting that, and in order to have one last fun with Tagmata, because you may or may not have heard, Sega's going to be, CA is going to be releasing a update that's gonna nerf Tagmata Cav like immensely. So they're just gonna be a normal unit. So I wanted to have one last like spam with them. So I decided to make my entire army, save for my general, Tagmata. So it's all Tagmata. Some of them, well actually all of them are upgraded. Some of them are upgraded 3 though, some of them are upgraded 2 chevrons. So my opponent is seeing this. He went as the Western Roman Empire. I am obviously the East, using Tagmata. And he's just thinking, crap. But, I mean, he shouldn't be too worried, because he did go with some good spear units. It's just that in this battle, I don't think he used them as well as he could have. And it's hard to like mess up and then come back from a mistake when you're up against Tagmata. So, not really too much needing to be said about my build. Just 11 units of Tagmata plus another general unit. And then my opponent went with 2 of these Western Auxiliary Palatina heavy spear units, and then 3 Cornituae Seniors. So he went with a lot of spears, and then he brought line of 4 of these Elite Palatina, and just normal Palatina over here, and then his general Palatina cards. And he brought 1 unit of melee cav and 1 unit of shock cav. So that was kind of interesting, instead of going with 2 of each, or 1 of like 2 of the same kind, and then a couple of very cheap archers, so that they won't be doing too much. So, and also he got some cohorts and Legio Commentases. Comiteneses, I don't know. I'm not even gonna try. So my opponent is now boxing himself in, putting his archers on the inside. That's a good idea for him. And I'm slowly encircling him, as you can see, like on the mini map. It's just a big kind of circle over him. Is there a way that I can just make this? No, I can't. Alright. I was wondering if there was like a back to default. So now I'm going to be charging in. He brought his archers out too far, and that tempted me. So I'm going to get some good flanking kills on his men. These units are going to be absolutely destroyed in that initial charge, which is the great thing about Tagmata. I mean, honestly, there's nothing you can say that says that that's not epic. I mean, this is a spear unit, and the Tagmata are absolutely ripping through it.
Our general is under attack!
So, I mean, there's so much mayhem going on in this battle. I'm gonna put it on slow-mo. So, I charged in on all sides. All of his units are getting encircled and enveloped. And he has his general in the center and his bow units. But this isn't gonna last long because, look, these guys are already routing. Already, like, wavering. And some of the units are going to last longer than others, but with a few hammer and anvils they won't last long at all. So he brings in his shock cav that's going to be holding off my Tagmata, but not for long. And then where is his? Yeah, there's his melee infantry. Oh yeah, and sorry guys, I have the sniffles today. I've had it since yesterday, but it got worse today, so I'll be trying to minimize that, but no amount of nose blowing can get rid of it. So anyways, these spear units not doing anything to the Tagmata. I mean, they're just getting destroyed. Look at this. Like, yeah, they're getting some hits off from the Tagmata, but oh, there goes the Tagmata melee bonus though is so high though that they can just wreck any spear unit. Oh, that was a mistake on my part because I charged too far into the formation. That's always bad to do. But I wanted to try to encircle this unit of spears. So my general is going to be chasing down the routing units to make sure that they don't come back. You can't do that on this side though, which is what just happened. Getting some good hammer and anvil strikes in here. Yep. I mean, that just pushed that whole formation back about like 5 feet or so, and that would be devastating. Chasing down this last routed unit. My opponent, I don't think, was paying attention when I did this because he had them facing the wrong way. But yeah, those guys aren't going to last too long. I'm pulling out a unit of Tagmata that's losing. What else over here? Oh yeah, I managed to catch up to one of his archer units at the cost of my Tagmata because the spear unit was close behind. But I managed to rout his archers temporarily, so that was good. Yeah, I have a couple units outside ready to do some good charges. The two Tagmata that were over here, I don't know what happened to one of them, but the one is still in there, and he managed to rout the spear unit and is currently routing the Palantina guard. So yeah, there's just so much devastation in this battle. Like I'm using the Roman army, but I'm fighting with Hun tactics, like causing as much devastation and routing as possible. Like charging out and then charging back in, false retreats, all that stuff that a Hun army would be using, I'm using, but with a Roman army, which is pretty cool, I think. So, encircling his last units. This is where I kind of got a little scared because the balance started to tip back into his favor because my units over here, like I have one Tagmata and he's doing pretty well, only winning slightly, but he's going to have a large amount of forces on this side that are going to be able to come back at my now 5 units of Tagmata plus my general, and they're all pretty damaged, like half strength on some of them and then even less than that on others. So I was pretty scared at this part of the battle. But yeah, and see, there goes another unit. So I decided that I really needed to wrap up this flank and keep these guys either tied down or get them to rout. So I brought in my general to finish off this unit, and then these guys are doing a good job against these spears. So, oh yeah, and then I get a double charge against these, I think, oh no, they're Palantina. So that's gonna rout that unit like extremely quickly. Look how fast they're going down. And yeah, they don't stand a single chance. There's the squad leader, or whatever, the battalion leader, and he's just fallen. So that's gonna be, I think, the tipping scale for these guys. And then what scared me was my opponent brought in this huge blob of infantry. So what I did was the same plan that I did with the Palantina. I charged them out on 2 separate sides, and then I was planning on charging them back in on 2 sides, but I think he decided to have a defensive formation. Yeah, so he's not going to be moving when I attack him. One of his units turned their backs. So that's what happened over there. I brought some of my units on this side over here to wrap up this flank, like I had planned, and I managed to get a good charge off on his last archer unit, and his general's there to protect it, sort of. He gets a counter charge, but it's Tagmata, so his general ends up getting pretty hit hard. And then these 2 units were routed pretty easily. I'm going to be wrapping them up. And there you go. Then I think it just started a chain rout, or my opponent quit. It happened all so fast. But let's take a look at the stats. So me losing not too many men, but in terms of cavalry, that's a lot, 700. And then his army losing a tremendous amount, 2,500. So There's not too much of a historical sense to this. This was just me having fun with Tagmata. So all of my units getting good all-around kills, all over 100 at the very least, and most of them over 200 or near it. Its MVP, it would be this unit right here, who got 304 kills. Yeah, his highest killing unit was 101, so of course the spear unit against cavalry. So that was just to kind of have fun with the Tagmata right before the update, and so it won't be as OP and as fun, but I'm really happy that they're updating it, and I think they're gonna release a few new units. Yeah, they're releasing a few new units to make it harder to play as the British Isle factions, so that's gonna be fun to see, and I'll check out that new update. So this has been MASH Gaming, and we will see you next time.